LDBC, this is your boy Coach Sheldon Harrison. You're live on the Coach Sheldon Harrison Boxing and MMA Show live. Okay, guys, I wanted to drop this video this morning, and I just wanted to talk to y'all about the 145-pound championship picture. Okay, I want to talk about this. Now, there are 5 women really, who now, including Miesha Tate, who's, Miesha Tate has recently expressed interest, in actually, fighting for that title, or fighting in a 145-pound division. All roads will lead to Cris Cyborg. Folks, it doesn't matter. I don't care what they do. I don't care who wins this championship. I don't care what any of these women do. They're going to have to see Cris Cyborg. They will. And there's going to be no ducking unless the UFC outright lets one of these women duck Cris Cyborg. Now, Cris is probably going to be doing a year suspension. And why they're waiting so long to give it a suspension, I don't know. Because the time clock is ticking. They should have just went ahead and gave it a suspension and just kind of go ahead and kept it moving, okay? That's what they should have did, because we know what's going to happen, okay? I don't know. Are they trying to stall out Cris Cyborg? I mean, it just kind of seems that that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to stall her out, and I guess so that, one of these women, preferably, I'm going to tell you, I love Jermaine, but they don't want her to be no champion. Folks, that's just the way that is. They don't want that girl being champion. And if she win, it ain't going to mean much, because people still going to take a dump on her anyway. That's just how it is. The coach going to support her. I mean, the coach is going to stay supporting her, okay? That's what the coach going to do. But, I mean, a lot of the publications, except for Bloody Elbow, they not going to give this woman her just due. But all roads, they will lead to Cris Cyborg. They will. There will be no avoiding this woman, okay? Now, the 2 fighters who I think, honestly, won't be able to be much of a issue for Cyborg, and I think Cyborg will dispatch them very quickly. I think Cris Cyborg would completely annihilate Miesha Tate. She would probably beat Miesha Tate in the first 5 seconds of the fight. I think Holly Holm lasts a round. The 2 fighters that I really, really think, and I'm just being honest, and I'm going to circle these 2 fighters. The 2 fighters who I actually think would probably last the longest against Cris Cyborg. These are the 2 fighters. Okay? I think Germaine de Randamie will last at least 3 to 4 rounds against Cris Cyborg if they don't stop the fight. Okay? I think that Megan Anderson can go about 3 to 4 rounds right now, because Megan is raw. And Megan is really tough. Like, both of these 2 ladies, they're very tough. Like, they can go in and take a beating, and they still coming. They still trying to win. Like, when Germaine de Randamie lost to Amanda Nunes, I don't even think the fight should have been stopped, because Germaine was on the bottom trying to work her way out of, and she was avoiding a lot of those punches. I kind of have to question that. Like, dang, why they stop the fight? I mean, Germaine really wasn't taking a beating. She was, see, I guess, I need to do a video on, like, really analyzing people on the ground and how they avoid punishment while on the ground. But Germaine, really, the fight shouldn't have been stopped. I would have loved for her to see how much she can work her way out of, But Germaine de Randamie can take a beating. This girl can take a beating. You can hit her over the head with a sledgehammer. You ain't knocking her out. I'm sorry. It's just not going to happen. Megan Anderson got a hard head. That girl got a hard head. I think she got a steel plate in that big head of hers, man. Good Lord. Because Megan Anderson can take a beating. And I think that Germaine and Megan, they're durable enough to actually go in there and take the punishment that a Cris Cyborg going to bring. I think they can take it. I don't think Miesha and Holly can take it. One, I just think Holly's age, and I think some of the wars that Holly Holm done been in, she done been in a lot of wars, man. And you take her and get in there with that aggressive style of Cyborg who going to keep coming ahead, she going to maul Holly Holm. Like, Holly ain't going to have time to really think. Because Cris Cyborg, not only, people say that she mauls people, but I even did a breakdown video on Cyborg, how she's a very intelligent fighter. Cyborg is a very good counterpuncher. Cyborg knows how to move and slip punches. Cyborg has a unique skill set that she can come straight ahead, and she can also evade most of your attacks and then put the beat down on you. Cyborg just go in there and she beat these girls down. Folks, That's just how that is. And I wonder, and the coach wonders, who is going to be the next person to get on the Cris Cyborg wall of destruction? Who? Folks, this is the wall of destruction. I'm going to tell you something. There is no happiness on this wall. There's only tears. There's only disappointment, and there is only destruction on this wall of destruction. Folks, there is, and the coach means there is. When you get on this wall of destruction, you're going to be out for 8 months, the least, or you might even get retired. You may even get retired. But if you get in the octagon with Cris Cyborg, you're going to get on the wall of destruction. It's inevitable. It's inevitable. Who could avoid it? Who could take the punishment the most? Who could? I think Megan Anderson and I think Jermaine Durandame, I think they can last. I think they can probably last the longest against Cyborg. Because if they can get through the first 3 rounds against Cris Cyborg, they'll make it to the end of the fight. Okay? If they can get through the first 3 rounds against Cyborg, they'll make it through the end of the fight. But see, Cyborg has an uncanny way of not letting these people finish the fight. She don't. Cris Cyborg is not looking to submit you. This woman loves the smell of blood. Christine Cyborg, she likes blood. She loves to see her opponents beaten to a bloody pulp. This woman, she can't live without fighting. She can't. Fighting is in her blood. That's all she wants to do. Cris enjoys some of the other stuff that come outside of fighting. This woman, Cris Cyborg, done went broke. This woman done lost about everything she had. This woman has been through a lot. This woman likes to hurt people. That's it. She's a nice person outside the octagon, but when you get her in the octagon, you're going to get on that wall of destruction. And folks, that's just how it is. She going to get in there and try to brutally punish you. And this woman got so much pent-up anger inside of her, Cris Cyborg do, she take that anger out in the octagon. Like, literally, this woman is fighting angry. And I always wondered, why is Cris so angry? But a hard life can make a person angry. And I think Cris understands, too, that she's one head kick away from being out of the game. Okay, she's one body shot from being out of the game. She's won everything from being out of the game. So Cris Cyborg, she cordial to these girls, but Cris Cyborg ain't playing games with these girls. She not playing with them. And Cris Cyborg understand that this is a business. And this is the hurt business. See, Cris Cyborg is a throwback fighter. This the hurt business. She ain't trying to be your friend when that cage door closed. She not. I mean, do you think Cris Cyborg would love to get her hands on Ronda Rousey? I mean, she probably sitting there fuming now at the chance, and she probably hating on Amanda because she didn't get to knock out Ronda. I'm telling y'all how this woman think. Do you think Cris Cyborg is sitting back at home now watching these videos and thinking, what would I do if I get my hands on Holly? What would I do if I be in a fight with Jermaine Durandame? I mean, Cris Cyborg is thinking this right now. And folks, I'm here to tell y'all. I'm here to tell y'all right now. A woman that does this, you better be careful. Because she's going to have a lot of burning fire when she comes back off of suspension. And when she returns, who is going to go on that wall of destruction? Who is the next person that will be on this wall? You guys tell me what you think. Who's going to be on the wall of destruction next when Cyborg gets off suspension and she's able to get her hands on somebody? This is your boy, Coach Shelton Harrison. I'm done. What are you waiting on? Subscribe.